Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Davis post light. This is going to be the 345213. There's also other Davis fixtures. There's beautiful wall sconces. There's also hanging lanterns. Check them all out if you get a chance. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, and that's going to be from the very top to the bottom of the collar that slides over your post. It's going to be 29 inches high. The width on it is coming in 11.7, and the depth is coming in at 9.7. So you can put this on a lot of things. You can put this on what you can get from us is going to be an 84-inch tall post, a 71-inch tall post, or a pier mount. And a pier mount's about that tall. It's going to go, most likely going to go on a like a stone pillar, maybe a stone wall, something like that. But the post lights, the posts themselves, can go in all kinds of applications. You can put them along your driveway. They can go in your front yard. The other thing about this, it's going to have a collar that's going to have a 3-inch round, can accept a 3-inch round post. So if you already have a 3-inch round post in the ground someplace, you can just order this as is and use your locally sourced or posts you guys already have. However, just remember that you're probably not going to be able to match Hubbardton Forge's finishes, so chances are you probably, if you're doing this, I would probably do the post that you already own in black and then just order a black fixture from us. Okay, a couple other things. So on the bottom of those things, like the pier mounts and the post lights, you're going to notice there's a flange, and there's photographs on our website of that flange on the bottom. It's a bigger piece that has holes in it, and it's going to give you different opportunities for application. So you can put it into concrete. It's going to come with little J-bolts and little nuts and lots of information about that, as well as a template telling you how to put those into your concrete, as well as you can also adhere this to like on top of a like a wooden deck or a Trex deck or something like that if you guys want to. So a way to show you a little bit more information about all of this is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this right now, look over that side of the screen midway down. You're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. So it's going to show you a full parts list, which is basically the fixture and the glass, which we'll get into in a second. But it's also going to show you some of the applications for how to put this onto whatever you guys are going to be doing. And if you're in a quandary about whether or not you're going to need that cover cap, you can always drop us a quick email. So the cover cap is going to slide down over the post, and it's going to hide the attachments on the bottom. If you're putting this on a pier or a stone wall or something like that where it's going to be above grade and you're going to be able to see it, or any above grade application, you probably do want to have that cover cap. If you're putting this into the ground and it's going to be covered by mulch or soil, like a post light along the driveway, most likely you are not going to need that. So just kind of keep that in mind. Again, let's talk about the glass really quick. It's using Hubbardton Forge's seeded clear glass, little tiny air bubbles, has kind of an old world feel going on with it. Really beautiful glass. Hubbardton sources their glass from all over the world, and they really love, people love the seeded glass from Hubbardton Forge. It's on a lot of different fixtures. This is coming in at 13.4 pounds, not very heavy. It's made out of aluminum, as all Hubbardton is, which is what you want to use outside. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on as far as lamping goes. You're going to be using these chandelier sockets. You're going to have 3 of them. They just take smaller bulbs. This is a flame tip bulb, and I'll turn it over. This is a torpedo bulb, and you notice they're about the same size. They just kind of look a little different aesthetically. This one has a frosting on it. This one is clear. Has a little tip on the top, which again makes this kind of old world looking, kind of not medieval, but you know, something that's going to be more inducive of a flame on top of a candle, and I think that's what they're aiming for in this. So there's different things you can do. So if you want to stick with incandescent, you can still get these easily everywhere, and you're maxing out at a 60 watt incandescent for each of the 3 sockets. If you want to do LED, there's no limit of what you can do other than, can I get the bulb into the glass? And almost every single thing you're going to be able to find out there as far as these bulbs go, you can get in here without a problem. So you can get a ton of light out of this if need be. This will light up a lot of things if you use the right bulbs. So I can find, as an LED, I can find this as a 40 watt equivalent, easy, 60 watt equivalent, very easy, and those can be in my local hardware store like an Ace Hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon. My grocery store in Vermont sells these, so I know I can get them pretty simply. However, if I want to go better than 60 watt equivalent LED, I can find these on Amazon as a 75 watt equivalent LED, and I've also had a customer who emailed me a slightly taller one with a little flame tip going on. That was a 100 watt equivalent LED. So that says we can get up to well, at least I know, even better than it possibly may be out there, 300 watt equivalent out of this if need be. So that's a ton of light. Don't think just because these are chandelier bulbs that you're not going to get as much light as you guys think you need out there. They're going to offer these bulbs to you in the different colors of light. And because these are supposed to be kind of mimicking candles, 2700 Kelvin, which is kind of that yellow setting sunlight, may be very pretty in these. However, you might also want to go in a different direction, and the one they call daylight is that bluish white light. I'm not a big fan of it. A lot of people aren't. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. That's that bright white light that you see in like a hospital waiting room or a convenience store. It's also kind of like the light of an overcast day, the bluish white. However, what we like to use in our showroom and what's very easy to get is warm white, soft white. And that's kind of the industry standard for a warm glow coming out of a light bulb, because that mimics the light of an incandescent bulb. That's going to be 3,000 Kelvin, and that's what we use in our showroom. This is a 3,000 Kelvin warm white, soft white LED, and it throws a beautiful light down on us. As far as dimming goes, I don't expect many people are going to want to dim their outdoor post lights, but that's really up to you. Just make sure if you go in that direction, it says dimmable on the box. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. On those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks it's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.